Hello, my name is Pancho Mendiola, and welcome to a new episode of Convert on Shopify. Today we're gonna be talking about how does A/B testing actually work. I mean, the mechanics of A/B testing. The whole idea of these first episodes, as we have been saying, is that you understand all the concepts and the definitions that we're going to be using later in this podcast. Actually, I'm very excited. We already have a draft for our first guests. So the first guest that we're going to have in a couple of episodes down the road is Dennis. So he is the founder of Convert.com, which is one of the top A/B testing tools in the market right now. And we're gonna be talking with Dennis about why he started with A/B testing and a little bit of what actually Convert does, where it stands out. And then we're gonna have a lot more guests, very very interesting guests, entrepreneurs, CEOs, agency owners. And this is why in these first episodes we want to pretty much cover everything we can about concepts, about definitions. So when we get into these conversations with these people that are experts in their fields, we can understand, and if we can understand the concepts and what they're saying, we can extract as much information as possible from them. That's what excites me. Honestly, I want to have those conversations to keep learning and keep broadening my understanding of A/B testing and optimization. You know, today it's all about conversion rate optimization. You are probably aware. I don't know if you've noticed, but with me, I also own an agency and I do a lot of consulting. And every single week, I get more and more people that they have Shopify stores. They are Shopify merchants, and they are struggling with their pay-per-click campaigns. So they relied a lot of the time, or a bunch of years, they relied solely on pay-per-click campaigns. I don't want to tell them I told you so, because I actually did. Like 3 years ago, I think we were 3 years ago. We already had a feeling of what was coming. We didn't know exactly how it was going to roll out. With the iOS 14 and stuff like that. But 3 years ago, we had a hint. We had a lot of clues that told us that privacy settings and user protection and all of these topics and issues were getting looked at, and there were changes to come in a near future for how and we do advertisement. Okay, so this we knew a while ago, and today I think that we are now realizing what is going on. I mean, I think maybe since last year we have seen some changes, but I think this year we are actually realizing how these changes are impacting our businesses. I've seen customer acquisition costs go 3, 4, 5, 6 times what it was in previous years. You can look at it many ways. You can look at it as the budget that you need to use increases, or you can also look at it that your advertisement is working less. It's not having the best results that it used to have, because we are struggling with all these changes. We have less data available. We have less events that we can track. We can do less tracking based on those events. So basically, our hands got a little tied if we only relied on pay-per-click campaigns as the one and only source of our business. Okay, so this exactly is where conversion rate optimization and A/B testing, being one of these main tools to focus on conversion rate optimization, is going to help us with this new problem. And I mean, yeah, it is a problem, but it's also not a problem that can't be solved. We as entrepreneurs, we have these problems all the time. We have obstacles all the time. And if there's something that it just can't be solved, okay, I'll give it to you. But this specific problem is something that, first of all, I agree with. I think I think that user protection and user information needs to be guarded and needs to be authorized by the user so we can use it. Okay, so I do believe in data protection. In this case, I say, okay, yeah, let's go for it. Let's do it a little bit more. I root for my data to be better handled, and I want to be in charge on what can be used and what can be used. And this is not me saying that I am against advertisement. No. I mean, I'm a consumer. I love shopping online. I'm a power user, okay, in online shopping. I like toys. I like gadgets. I like cool clothing. I like my shopping, and I also do a lot of shopping, and I get a lot of advertisement, mainly through my email marketing campaigns, through my inbox, okay? So I'm not saying that I'm against advertisement, but I'm saying that I want to receive stuff from companies that I actually like. I like their content, I like their stuff, and this is something that I really believe that we are heading into, and we can now see the results. So again, now that we got that out of the way, how does A/B testing actually work? Well, first of all, when you get into the dashboards, especially in the Shopify dashboard, we get a lot of information of sessions, okay, like customer sessions. And in Shopify and in a lot of campaigns, it's all about sessions, and it is an important piece of data. I mean, I'm not saying that it's not accurate, but when we're getting into A/B testing, unique visitors are more accurate when measuring, when running a test. So this is the first thing that we need to understand. How A/B testing actually works is a number of unique visitors getting into a site and behaving a certain way. Okay, so there's different ways to create these experiments. The most common use of A/B testing is when they do basically two sites, okay, two separate sites with two different URLs, and you get traffic directed into these two different sites. So this is one way to do it, and it's actually very common, because you could also do it like from your advertisement, from your pay-per-click ads. You can have one that gets you to a landing page, and then you can have another one that gets you to a different landing page, and then you can test both ads. So this is one way to do it. The other way to do it is that with certain plugins, okay, or snippets of code, that disclaimer, thankfully you don't have to write it yourself, or you don't have to add it within the code of your site. There's plugins, direct plugins from almost all of the main players in the A/B testing world, that you can just like go to your app store and click, just one click, and you'll have a tool that will allow you to do A/B testing. So every time it's getting more and more simple to do these plugins, so you can test within your site, even using a platform such as Shopify. So when you do it this way, you don't even need to create two different landing pages. So let me try to explain how it kind of works. Okay, so imagine that you have a site, and your site, you can add a mask on top of your site. Okay, so in this mask, it can be all transparent, so it can be just a mask, or you can actually add items on top of your site in this layer, in this new layer, or in this mask that you added on top of your site, and see and make some changes to your site. So when the user clicks on some of these elements, you will know if they clicked on one version or another version, but it's exactly in the same site or the same URL. And this is a better way to do it, because you can narrow down the amount of the data and the quality of the data that you're getting from these experiments. Okay, so this is another way to do it, and actually this is how we recommend it. So the good news is, as we said, is that if you're using a good tool, a good A/B testing tool, you won't need to, write code and duplicate a bunch of stuff. You can use their tools, their editing tools, so you can change some elements in your sites. We talked about examples of these elements in previous episodes, and we're gonna talk also a lot more in next episodes. Now, A/B testing is all about statistics and algorithms. So maybe you think that A/B testing is just, let's say we have 1,000 people and you send 500 people or 500 unique visitors to one version, which is your control version, and you send another 500 people to your new version, or the version that you are actually testing. And it kind of works like that, but it's a little more complicated than this, okay? It's not just about splitting half and half. There's a lot more parameters that go into calculating and actually understanding these behaviors. Okay, it's not as straightforward as just like splitting everything by half and see which people click more. You have to take into account that one click means something, but the whole goal of A/B testing is the final conversion. So there's a lot of steps involved and a lot of calculation to be done. We also need to eliminate, irregularities. There's always irregularities. So there's a lot of math and statistic that goes into an experiment, so you can have the closest result, or the most accurate result possible, so you can make a better decision. Many times when we are dealing with companies that are investing a lot of money getting traffic and doing advertisement in every platform imaginable, not only with pay-per-click campaigns, the normal ones. I'm talking about they're spending money with product placement and campaigns in the physical world, and they're just spending a lot of money to get people to their site, and basically this the result that they get from an experiment will allow them to make a decision in how to improve all this traffic, or the behavior of this traffic that ultimately is getting them to buy. So this is why it's very important and very delicate information when you say, okay, yeah, that you did an experiment and you have a result. So yeah, go for it. We decided, or the algorithm anyways decided, that this is the way to go, so go for it. It's a lot of responsibility, and that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying that it takes a lot of information and a lot of parameters, so you can have a very accurate result at the end of your experiments, right? I'm gonna give you another good news. You don't have to do it. You don't have to do the math, okay? What only you need to understand is how it works. It's the logic behind the experiments, the logic behind A/B testing, the mechanics of it. You don't have to actually go in and tweak stuff and do math and calculate stuff. There's platforms that will take care of that, okay? One of the platforms, obviously, is Convert.com. They are, and believe me, they have some very, very, very obsessed data scientists behind. They're always looking how to improve their algorithms and their tests. And this is what a platform should do. We as merchants, as users, we have to focus on our product, on our customers, on our branding, on our message, our communication. We normally don't have the profile within ourselves or in our team with these highly advanced data scientists. But we have the advantage. We have this advantage that if we use tools that help us do A/B testing, there's a bunch of data scientists behind that, and we just need them. We just need to create these experiments, okay? The data scientists don't understand our product. I mean, it would be pretty much impossible for them to focus on data, but also understanding our product, understanding our customers, understanding our target audience. That's our job, okay? That's our job as merchants. Through these platforms, we can basically work together, okay? I know the creative side, I know the product side of the business. You know the geeky and the data side of the business, of the general business. So let's work together. And that's what an actual A/B testing tool will allow you to create experiments and use data science developed for many years from these data scientists. And we as merchants only need to say, okay, I think my user, my customer, or my potential customer would like to see this. Okay, let's test it. Okay, and then we don't have to worry about how it's tested, like which algorithm and how it works and the mechanics of it. We don't need to know that. We have softwares and we have companies that are working very hard to make it more accurate. So essentially, you just need to understand, the logic of A/B testing. And this is the whole purpose of these first episodes. So in the next one, as I said, if you said, okay, I want to start A/B testing, the next episode, we're going to talk about how to get started. Where should I start? I have no clue. Where should I start? Well, we're going to talk about that in the next episode. So thank you very much. Again, if you want to go a lot deeper and have a lot more information, you can always go to Convert.com, and there's a bunch of resources, articles, interviews, webinars. Like if you like reading, there's stuff for you to read. If you like video, there's videos that you actually can consume and learn more about A/B testing. So Convert.com, there's a lot of information there. And thank you very much. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.